think I have a good story. So after turning 40 and going through a divorce, what seems like a lifetime ago, I found myself out in the dating marketplace. And there was this thing called online dating that was relatively new. And I put myself on a dating app, and minutes later, someone would pop up, and I'll never forget, I had a great first date with someone, really nice person, but something wasn't right. And a few days later, I did it again, had a date with someone, really nice person, wasn't right. And this kept happening over and over and over again. And within a year, I had over 100 first dates. Oh shit! And I realized that the something wasn't right was me. What happened was I became very dependent upon talking to women, but more importantly, I got really interested in hearing their stories about their past relationships and their dating experiences. And Lopez, I began developing friendships with women through this online dating system. Again, this was after I went through divorce. This was almost a decade and a half plus ago. And a lot of women would reach out to me and say, hey, Jonathan, can you look at my dating profile and help me make it better? Like, because I was making friends with women all over the country. And so I'd give them advice. And like 3 weeks later, I'd get a call. Oh, you won't believe it. I met a really great guy based on your advice. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm giving advice for free. Maybe I should throw up. Back then, internet marketing was just in the Wild West. I threw up a website, said I'm a dating coach as a hobby. But all of a sudden, then I had people calling me up and saying, hey, would you like to be a guest on a radio show? Because they saw my website. And I'm like, okay. And through the years, this has evolved. But I want to come back to that point. Remember, I said I had 100 first dates and I realized that something wasn't right was me. At that point, I realized I went into the dating marketplace very unconscious, very unaware of what I was doing. So I began purchasing every book, all these books behind me about relationships and studying relationships. And then I went to therapy and I went to personal development workshops, all to become a better human being for myself. And so my coaching has evolved from just helping women improve their dating profiles to really helping individuals really get to know themselves at a deeper level. Because Lopez, nothing triggers our crap like dating and relationships, our inner crap. You know, nothing triggers it more than just being in the dating marketplace.
Yeah, you have a similar story as me, because I always tell people, look, I never wanted to do any of this. I never wanted to do any videos. I never wanted to help people in relationships. All I was doing is just traveling and living my life, and people started seeing the places I was and meeting the people I was meeting. They said, hey, how did you do this? How did you meet these people? But I never wanted to do anything. I grew up very shy. You know, I didn't really talk very much unless you said something to me. And a lot of people that I went to college with and high school with, when they see me now, they're like shocked. They're like, oh my, I can't believe he's doing something like that.
Yeah.
But I never, this is not my, I'm not so outgoing and speaking and talking all the time. So that's why people are so surprised. So I can relate to your story, you know?
Yeah, nobody wakes up and says, I'm going to become a dating and relationship coach. I mean, some people go on to become therapists. That's probably the closest thing, but nobody does this. And most coaches fell into it by accident. And there's a lot of rhetoric out there that's so confusing. This is why I specialize in midlife, because I think a lot of dating and relationship advice is geared to a younger demographic, that baby making year demographic. And a lot of people don't understand that in midlife, roughly about 75% of people who are in the dating marketplace that are over 45 years old are divorced. And divorce comes with it a gigantic emotional baggage, trauma experience. And many people haven't really done the inner work to heal the causes of the ending of their relationship. And so then guess what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So I offer for the people that work with me is some perspective so they just don't keep following a pattern.